Okay, the next one, it's on volume. All right, now, just take note that volume refers to the amount of space in a 3D object, okay? So because it's length times breadth times height, so you have a cm cube. Why? Because it's cm times cm times cm. That's why it's cm cube. Or you can also say it's meter times meter times meter. That's why it's meter cube, okay? I can also use liters and ml inside volume as well. So take note of the conversion. 1 liter is equals to 1000 ml and equals to 1000 cubic centimeter. Okay, so ml and cubic centimeter, they are the same conversion. Now, if I want to find the base area or one of the dimensions in my cuboid or cube, I have to make sure my volume is in cubic centimeter first. That means I can't use liters to cube root or square root or whatsoever, or use it to divide by length and breadth, because the length, breadth, and height, they are all in cms or meter. So you can't use the liters there to go and divide. Just take note of that, okay? Now, just a quick recap. Volume is made up of length times breadth times height. Just remember your Mr. Lau Banhui, okay? Now, let's say I want to find any of the dimensions. Say I want to find length. I just cover length. I will have volume divided by breadth times height, like this. If I want breadth, it will be volume divided by length times height. If I want height, it'll be volume divided by length times breadth. Okay, so just remember it. Now, take note that any two dimensions, when they multiply together, let's say breadth times height, or length times breadth, or length times height, it actually gives you the surface area already. So read the question carefully. All right. Then next, I'm going to talk about the cube root and square root. So cube root is used to find one side of a cube given the volume of a cube. Square root is used to find one side of a square given the area of a square. Okay, now take note now, cube root is not divided by 3. Okay, because dividing by 3 is repeated addition, so don't confuse that. All right. Next, I also want to remind you about this thing. If they tell you that the tank is 3/4 filled, it means that the height is also up to 3/4 of the whole tank as well, because the base area, the length and breadth at the base doesn't change at all. The only thing that changes is the height of the water level. Okay. Next, this was a question that we repeated a few times, but I didn't really remember, or there were a few who are still struggling with this. The one on the same height of water level question, where I take from one container and I pour into the other two container, and then they have equal height at the end, that kind of thing. Now, first thing, this is actually the idea of grouping. So make all of their height of the water level in one group 1 cm. This is the smallest number you can use. Okay, then you find the volume of water in total in one group. So they're going to be in this proportion all the way until I fully fill them. So you ask yourself, how many groups of this in this? If you do get things like 2.7 groups, don't panic, okay? Because sometimes the numbers can be too big. So just don't need to round off. Just take 2.7 and just multiply directly. Do not go and round off, okay? Now next, if you happen to see the question as being twice the height, what do? Then we just take one of the height as 2 cm and the rest is 1 cm. Then in that case, the height will be twice already in one group. Okay, then you can repeat whatever you have done earlier here. All right, now next. We also have the counting of the cubes question. So for example, if they give you, maybe this kind of figure, solid figure, then they ask you to count how many cubes there are in total, right? Count by column, count this way down, and then write the numbers on top so you won't miscount them. So let's say this one is 2, this one is 1, so total there are 3 cubes like this. Okay. Then next we have the drawings of the top, front, and side view. Okay, so next. Okay, this would be the one that I am going to show you about. This is on the drawings. So look carefully. Okay, let's say I have this particular solid here. Now, if I want to draw the top view has to be seen from the front. Okay, so the person has to be standing here. So when you're standing here, what you're going to see, the top view is this. So you're supposed to, in a way, adjust it this way to face you. When you're seeing from this view, what you're seeing is this one facing you. Okay, so what you're going to see, make sure when you're drawing is using ruler. I'm going to see 1, 2, 3. After you're done drawing, do check your drawings, okay, to make sure that's correct and make sure it's drawn on a grid line properly. So use pencil to draw. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then I have 3 here in the middle also. So that's another 3 more. And you have to draw the lines inside as well. Okay, so that's it for the top view of E. And then for the front view of E, what you're going to see is this, What you're going to see for the front view is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is what you're going to see. So I'm going to see 3 and then a 2 at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to see this. I'm doing a rush, so I'm not drawing very clearly, but make sure in exam time, you do it accurately. So this is 3, and then I still have 3 at the side here as well, okay? Right, so this is the front view, okay? And then of course, for the side view, I'm going to use another color so you can see clearly. The side view will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There'll be 7 grids, so you just need to remember to count. So I'm going to draw this 2 here. I will have 2, 2, and a 3, okay? So it will be and then a 3. So it will end up looking at this. So this is your top view. Top view must be seen from the front, and then the front view, and then the side view. Because if you're going to stand at the side view to see the top, it will look totally different. So just make sure you double check. Okay? Okay. So this is a drawing. Now, do you remember this question where they ask you how many cubes touch the inside of the container? So, okay, let's say I'm going to give you dimension. This is 12 cm, this is 10 cm, and then the height is maybe 8 cm, okay? And this is an open top container. I repeat myself, it's an open top container. So how do I find out how many cubes touch the inside of the container? The answer would be to find a full container first, minus off those that don't touch. You'll get the ones that touch. It's easier to find the don't touch ones. So the whole container has how many cubes? Very simple. If they're all 1 cm cubes, then it'll be 12 times 10 times 8. And that would be 960 cubes. Okay, there'll be 960 cubes inside here. And then for how to find the ones that don't touch. Remember I told you if the ones that don't touch, you actually form a nice cuboid inside as well. So it will be 12 cm minus the 2 sides that touch. So it will be 12 minus 1 minus 1, that's 10 cm. Then the breadth, okay, the breadth here would be your 10 cm minus the 2 sides that touch also. So 10 minus 1 minus 1, that's 8 cm. And then for the height, it will be 8 cm minus the base that don't touch. Why is it that I don't need to minus the one on top? Because this is an open top container. There's no touching at all. Okay, so it's just, for the height, it's just 8 minus 1, 7 cm. So I just take 10 times 8 times 7. So I will have 560. These are the ones that don't touch. Okay, so the ones that touch will be 960 minus 560, total 400 cubes. Will actually touch the inside of the container. So that's it. All right.